Faith and Trust, the Pleiadean High Council of Seven. We are the Pleiadean High Council of Seven, and we are pleased to offer you our words of wisdom. Having faith does not mean that you are suspending your disbelief and abandoning your discernment. You need faith in order to get through the day. There are so many instances that require you to trust in what you cannot see and know nothing about. It is quite natural for you to experience doubt as well. You are being given the opportunity time and time again to either put your faith in something or someone, or to doubt that thing or person. As you continue along in your journey, you will recognize that these opportunities present themselves in a very specific way for you. Perhaps you'll have been burned several times in a row by several different romantic partners, and yet you're going to need to have a certain amount of faith and trust in order to get involved with the next one. You will if you want to have a lasting and good-feeling relationship with that person. You cannot simply have him or her followed around by a detective all day, every day. The need for trust and faith comes from a deep yearning within you to return back to Source, where doubt does not exist. But in your reality, and on your world in particular, you must make the decision time after time, day after day, situation after situation. Ultimately, it comes down to whether or not you trust yourself. You may not be creating the perfect reality for yourself all the time, and therefore, yes, of course you can find yourself experiencing some doubt about what you are headed and what you are headed for. The faith and trust that are required are for the certainty that you are always moving forward in your evolution, and that everything that you experience will in fact serve you very well. You never have to doubt that, and you never have to doubt your own vibration. Put your faith and your trust in yourselves and demonstrate to yourself that you are capable of holding a vibration that will align you with that which is not only for your highest good, but that which is also something that you will enjoy. Effortless expansion. Effort is often expanded at the price of your own expansion. Most of your effort is being utilized to compensate for the feeling that you are not moving forward. When you feel yourself standing still or even contracting or regressing, you tend to put forth more of that effort to try and get you to the expanded state that you really want to feel. Achieving the expanded state of being is much easier than you might think. You don't have to achieve it, and you don't have to earn it, and you certainly don't have to complete any task in order to feel it and recognize it. The expansion state of being is one that is immediately available to you when you stop keeping score and comparing yourself to others. It is not about what you do, what you can do, what abilities you have, or your status in the world. It is about knowing yourself as unconditional love. Unconditional love is an expansive state because it is an inclusive state. The more you include, the more expanded you feel. The more you exclude, the more you need to contract in order to keep these exclusions out. Focusing within yourselves is an expansive experience, even though you may see yourselves as somewhat finite. You may see your inner realm as only containing so much and therefore not very expansive in nature. But who and what you are is infinite, and all of it is contained in the tiniest bit of each and every part of you. So give yourselves that feeling of expansion while doing absolutely nothing, while proving absolutely nothing to those around you. Give yourselves the feeling of expansion because you are infinite, and the sooner you acknowledge yourselves as infinite in unconditional love, the sooner you will include in your experience all of those things that you are utilizing your effort to obtain. You are as expansive a being as you will ever be right now. So the only question that remains is, how much of yourself are you willing to acknowledge? You are your own saviors. There is no coming back from where you have been. There is no turning back. There is no losing ground. There is only your inevitable expansion and your compliance or non-compliance with it. You are energy that is expanding. You are consciousness that is becoming. And you are your own saviors in all of this. We are not here to save anyone, and neither are any of the other extraterrestrials that you have come in contact with. This is all an inside job and a massive co-creation. But you aren't going to co-create a rescue from yourselves. That's not going to serve you in removing the idea of being victims. That's where you are headed, not in the direction of what those outside of us are doing and who or what can stop them. Ascension is about rising above. Now yes, we are assisting. We, along with others who are here to assist, can and will give you little gifts, but you have to open those gifts. You have to use them. You have an expression about leading a horse to water, but you can't make that horse drink. And we are not here to make anyone do anything or believe anything. That is why it is only a select number of you who are even paying attention to what we and the others are saying. So what is your role in all of this humanity moves forward? That is for you to decide. That has not been decided for you either. Here's what we recommend. If you really want to be of service and to enjoy the inevitable expansion of who and what you really are, then you can choose every day to be the embodiment of love. Being the embodiment of love does not necessitate that you have New Age or spiritual calling and that you are going to do for 8 hours. It does not matter how many people hear the words you speak or the blogs that you write. The only thing that matters is how much of yourself you are allowing to flow through you, and that is the impact that is really felt by all of humanity and beyond. The value of pain. Asking yourselves to go beyond where you have ever gone before sometimes means that you are going to experience physical or emotional pain. The pain that you experience is actually due to the resistance that you are offering to that growth, to that expansion. When you allow the pain to be, you move through it much more quickly. When you resist the pain or fear the pain, you hold on to it. The pain itself is not your enemy, and it gives you the opportunity to try on many different perspectives. You can take on the perspective of yourselves as a victim to the pain, or you can see the pain as a teacher. You can see it as a catalyst that is there to bring forth more of your energy. When you are in pain, you are calling for help. You are summoning assistance, and sometimes you allow it, and sometimes you do not. The first step is to allow the pain itself to be and allow yourself to be in pain. And that is a tall order, we know. And it is easier for us to prescribe the pain to you from where we sit than it is for you to feel it. When we see you in your pain, we want to alleviate it immediately. But we recognize that it would not serve you, and we cannot get in between you and what you are creating. What we can offer you is a new perspective, a perspective that will assist you in working through the pain. As you surrender to anything, you immediately align yourselves with the full benefit of it. You give yourselves the opportunity to experience something purely and fully, and then and only then are you capable of making a choice. We know that pain assists you in making a more conscious choice. We can see all of you moving through your pain gracefully and aligning with the energetic boost that it catalyzes within you. We are not asking you to endure more than your share, although some of you are more than willing to do so. We want you to understand that you never deserve pain, that pain is never punishment, and that it is always present to serve you and all of humankind. We encourage you to get familiar with the pain that you feel and to even celebrate the fact that you are willing to feel it. And we also encourage you not to wear your pain as a badge of honor and not to pity yourselves. Simply give the pain that you feel an opportunity to be felt. Thank it for the gifts it has come to bring you and open yourselves to the receiving energy that it summons forth. Vibrational quality. Before you ever take on something in your lives, you give it careful consideration. You are not prone to just jumping into any and all situations that come your way. You have a way to determine for yourselves whether something is a fit for you, whether it is a match. When you examine a possibility, you look at it from all sides, from all angles. You have many different ways of perceiving the same thing, and therefore you have many different opportunities that come your way that are similar but also different. You do this in order to observe the subtle differences in vibrational quality. You are learning to differentiate between these subtleties to make the most appropriate choice for yourself and your lives. As the energies that are bombarding planet Earth continue to do so, they bring with them a quickening. Therefore, it is more important than ever that you be able to tell the difference between these subtle variations in vibration that these different opportunities offer you. You are becoming more selective, and that is a very good thing. So even if you decide at some point that you are just going to dive right into something without first determining the vibrational quality of it, you are likely to find that you simply cannot do so. Something about that person, the job, the home, or the opportunity will find its way of dodging you, and that is sometimes necessary when you find yourself feeling lonely or desperate or even just bored. But those are not reasons that your higher self and your oversoul will accept for partaking in something or getting involved with someone. Becoming adept at the subtle differences that are discernible in the vibrational quality of different opportunities is a skill that you all need to master as you move forward. From our perspective, it is a skill that you are mastering, whether you recognize it or not. But as you practice it consciously, you will find that it becomes easier and easier to pick out those subtle differences and to make the most appropriate selection. challenges and comfort. It will always be the case that you are giving yourself a set of challenges that are meant to push you beyond your comfort zone. You have a desire to live in comfort and to experience pleasure and expansion, and there are many other experiences that you desire. But mostly what you desire is to be at peace and in a comfortable, pleasant life experience. But that type of experience is going to result in less expansion. So you are seeking to find a happy balance between feeling that comfort and creating that opportunity for expansion and growth. Some people are consciously giving themselves these challenges because they understand the need for that challenges to pull more life force energy through them. And that segment of your population sometimes gets too focused on the challenge, and they forget that it's all about the expansion. Another segment of your population is too focused on getting to that comfort stage and finding that groove. That segment is not very interested in finding challenges or pushing themselves. What we recommend is that you find the capacity within you for both, and that you activate one or the other depending upon how you feel energetically. You need to find the perfect balance between action and inaction, between doing and receiving, between the masculine and the feminine, and when you do, you will have achieved harmony and inner peace without sacrificing expansion and growth. We are pleased to see that so many of you are understanding this now more than ever, and we invite you to check in with yourselves more frequently to see where you are on the scale, and whether you achieve that balance or you are a bit lopsided. Doing this consciously means that you don't have to create these challenges for yourself from one of your higher aspects, and it is very empowering when you can seek and find the perfect balance for yourselves. We are the Pleiadean High Council of 7, and we are very fond of all of you. That is all.